one thing I've noticed with these people, they're gonna try to create some theater. They're saying something about we're gonna go old school with you because this technology can do everything that somebody can do to somebody, even in a more. This definitely this technology can do every kind of thing that you can believe. It's unbelievable. I have no doubt that they can make me experience anything remotely. But they want to be like, oh, we're old school, meaning that the torture I'm going to experience is going to be somebody doing this to me physically instead of what they do usually remotely, and it's for the theater. These people right now are trying to make themselves be like this group of people protecting women, avenging women. This old school, new school fashion of torturing have been applied to women. A lot of women. They torture them so sexually. They torture them so sexually that they can't walk. Even they try to tell me it's torch. These faces of women where they're peeling. There's a lot of torture of women, and they use these childlike people who think that I'm gonna let them live their fantasy. The horrible torture these women experience are unbelievable, from sexual to every other ways. These people are the lowest of the low trash. So when I hear these people try to make themselves be like, I see them for the low life that they are. Like I will never let them live their fantasy. They're cowards. They will, with me, they try to make it sound like they're doing it for this person. I'm like, do you know what will happen to this woman that you're claiming that you're doing it for? If she was put in this program, you will peel her, you will torture her, old school, new school ways. These people are delusional if they think I'm going to let them live the fantasy. There's a reason why they have been having issues to say the name Roy Moore. These people are delusional. I see them for exactly what they are. These people work for entities in the government that does human experimentation, which include torture. You hear a lot of women who talk about how they scream in pain, being raped and tormented in different ways. They want to leave that delusional world that I'm not letting them leave. If for every torture I'm going to experience, I know this woman being tortured by this trash. Even children are being tortured by them sexually. They want to leave those fantasies like how I'm going to be tortured for the theater, which is what I think they're going to try to create. Oh, we are. It's like a facade on. They want to come up with their fantasy. No, no, and they try to block it out by saying, it's going to be our pain, our torture. No, 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 no. You see the pain this woman is talking about. That's the same pain. You guys do this to men and women and children. You are not what you're pretending to be. This facade has been talked about many times. This group of people who wants to be feminist or whatever, this group of good doers or who's torturing women, raping them to the point where they're begging to stop. And you have these fraudulent people. And I can't stand the fact that these people wants to play these feminist like people when they're in the program that does these horrible things to women and try to sound fierce about it. They're the Can you imagine you are involved in programs that are experimenting on a lot of women. The experimentation consists of rapes, torture, burning, suffocating, all kind of the horrible things applied onto a lot of women. You join in and you're like, oh, it's you're gonna suffer for what you've done to this woman. That if she was in this program, we would torture her in every different ways. They have caused people to die in horrible ways, including women. When you hear Mariana, they would tell me how Mariana suffered and died, lived a miserable way. And you hear this trash, then to say, oh, suffer. I see you for what you are. Trash. These people, I will not give them that fantasy. You're going to do your job. Your job is to make me torture, to make me feel torture, because that's what you do. You do that to women and children, babies being tortured by this low life. They want to block in this reality, which is a we are war, we won. What did you win exactly? Do you know I can pray? I can play right now, and people will spray out. Oh, so, oh, insane! It's not us. Yes, it's you guys who direct the energy. You guys make your own direct energy. You guys have your billions of dollars. Imbecile. Of course, I know this is a program you guys torture. Why do you think these people look this way? This guy say I'm old school. This trash say I'm old school. Old school. Wait, so you know school when you torture these women and children? When you dare? No, you don't. You're a coward all life. You can't even speak about a pedophile that picked up kids. You're just a facade that do horrible things to even children. They don't want to be seen because when I show them what they are, they want to live that fantasy. You know, they like to pull up their phone and look at their phones. Like when you look at this woman frying, do you look at what phone do you look at? Yes, it's gonna be horrible because I'm a target individual. Just like it's horrible for this woman. Or are you gonna try to make it to the push it to the limit instead of not pushing it to the limits? These people are delusional. They found ways to kind of create a fantasy. Like, oh, okay, we might be raping these women every day for the last X amount of years. We might be rating in them for X amount of years, but we don't do all of it. We're mild. It's funny. This woman was saying like how some of the torture sometimes is extreme, sometimes it's mild. You see, and they're like, oh, we'd go mild with them. You understand how disgusting these people are? And so, oh, they'll abuse. These people torture children. Can you imagine suffocating a 7-year old autistic kid, blinding a 9-year old? This old school is new school. They have come up with a fantasy for their little facade. It's crazy. They can't even speak about Roy Moore. The reason why I keep bringing that name, target individual, to me, it brings back things to reality. I was put here by very conservative people. My employer was, very conservative, and I'm put this program, and you have these people who in this facade that try to play the feminist and whatever when in a program that has done so much horrible things to some of the most vulnerable people. It's disgusting. And they try to vilify me. I mean, the ways they would try to vilify me was just ridiculous. These people try to paint me in every fashion. It's funny, because I get on the meetings and they try to bring up some random things, some what things I watched when I was 15 years old, 16 years, like in best, like the stupidity of things. What in a program that is forcing women to experience some of the worst things, zapping their genitals, zapping their rectum. This is not things I'm talking about that so long ago. This is consistently said. Can you imagine? And they say we dared. This is the people, the same people who dare to torture children, that try to make you accept these things. And that's why they use these childlike people that try to counter reality by using agitating terminology. They just try to gaslight you. The gaslighting is also consisting of saying nonsensicalness. Oh, we torture children and women. Oh, but we dared. This is gaslighting. We are torturing. There's a bunch, like just saying that we are a group of people with our own money, a group of feminists, like radical, like people that protect women. We are in a program that is torturing so many women. So you understand, this is what you call gaslighting. So as I'm going to get tortured, first of all, I'm going to always remember who put me in this program and why I'm being tortured. I work for this company. Now I'm here being tortured by people who create this facade of feminism, of protectors, of avengers, when in reality they're in a program that is frying and killing and torturing children and women around the world. I see them for exactly what they are. It's funny how like some target individuals were saying there's some people doing it for avenging. Please, they can't speak about the Roy Moore. I know why I'm in this program. Just like this woman called Cassandra Lewis, suspect that her employee put in this program is the same for me. I was put this in this program by my employer, and these people who torture women, even children, are going to torture me. They are not different. This is not the we're the Avenger group. We don't torture children. and women. We're different. We use the Avenger budgets. You understand? They're mean to women and children too. That's how they like to be condescending, agitating. Oh, we're mean. Yes, you're even mean to children, babies. I see you exactly for what you are. I don't see you for what you've tried to present yourself as. You're not avenging. You are torturing people, including women and children. I know you would torture the name that you're saying easily. If in a program, easy. What's the difference between her and a Wendy Brown? You understand? I see what they do. They abuse and torture even children. As they try to make me think of the stupid thing I did as a child. Suffocating a 7-year old. Try to block that out. Not with me. Burning a woman's genital. Try to block it out. No, I won't let you. You are these nasty things that do horrible things to some of the most vulnerable people. I would kill myself doing what they do. And then try to play this feminist. Ugh, that's the most disgusting part. Own your nastiness. Say what you need to say in regard of like I'm part of this program. You are one of the target individual. You're gonna get what the target individual is gonna get. And say, "Oh, we are now. It's our money." That's what they use these childlike people to say. So as I'm being tortured old school, I remember there'll be women who's being tortured new school. You understand? These people are delusional to think that I'm gonna let them live the fantasy. As I'm being tortured old school, which is as now I'm being tortured old school. I don't know this women and children. As I say, children. They earlier they try to make me experience something. So I don't like. It's never gonna happen. They try all the tricks in regard to facade. The menacing voice. Oh, you're gonna be, you're gonna do this. And that. Yes, this is gonna happen. But you know what? I know you do that to women and children. Oh, you're gonna do extra? Oh wow! So the others don't get the extra; they just get the everyday rapes and torture and frying, but not the extra. Oh wow, wow! You guys, are wow! You understand? They I really want you to think this way. You know, we torture them mildly, right? But you're gonna get the extreme. Women that get raped every day, suffocations, and you hear all the horrible things. Oh, and the bombing, making them homeless. That's what. It's like, oh yeah. Oh, you make them madly homeless. They are this disgusting life. They destroy people's life, including women's life. And they call it, oh, we dared. Yes, you dared to work for entities that torture even children and women, filled with pedophiles that are on top and in charge of these entities. In these top ranks, like they were saying before. And I'm talking about the BuzzFeed article saying why there's so many pedophiles in these agencies. In every ways, these people have been put back in their place. So go back to old school NCP. I don't know what they were saying. They called it war at some time, and they used to say that like all the kind of things they say. And I remember they were talking to this woman. Her name is I forgot her name. Leslie. I think it's Leslie Crawford. And they were say things like, we all feel bad, but you have so much filth in your life. They will come up with the things. This is all like ways to just torment people. Really, what happened is that she's just a subject in this experimentation, and they do whatever they can do to torment them, right? And torment me. And like we're savage. Yes, you are savage. People who torture children are savage. So to all my target individuals, stay strong. For me, I know who they are, and I'll never let them live their fantasy.